going to begin.
There you go.
I'll call this meeting the county commissioners to order. Please join us with the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, everybody. We will begin with the minutes from our October 7th meeting. Is there any additions or corrections?
Move to approve.
Second.
We've got a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the minutes from the October 7th meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. First up today is Jeff Griffin is here for the 144 request for the 911 dispatch.
Yes, sir. We have Randy Wolf, which is the city ordinance enforcer. He wants to try to work some evenings for me. We've had him in there kind of hanging out and just seeing what's going on. He seems to think that he's going to like that. We have a college girl, Natalie Young. She has had prior experience at the Cincinnati PD dispatch center. A little different. She was a call taker there, but she's got a good idea, and she seems to have a good head on her shoulders that she'll fit right in and not, and she'll work out, I think. And then lastly is Tyler Ritter. He came from Decatur County. He worked at the 911 center over there. I think he left there in 22, if my memory serves me correct. So he should fall in line pretty quickly as well, because he knows the software, the Flex software, and he's got an idea of how it's supposed to work. So those are the three part-time I'd like to hire.
Okay, what was the lady's name again?
Natalie Young.
Natalie Young.
Yes, sir. And then Tyler, specifically, he wants to work the 10P to 6A shift. And that's where I'm really struggling, is to get somebody to cover that shift. So if we can get him in and get him to take the shifts when my full-time dispatchers are off, that would be a tremendous help to us.
Yeah. I know you can use the help over there.
Yes, we can.
Move to approve all three.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy, to approve the 144 request for 911 dispatch for the hire of Randy Wolf, Tyler Ritter, and Natalie Young.
I did say Ritter in it. Did I put Ritter on the 144?
That's what I wrote down.
Well, I'm sorry, it's Riley.
Riley. Okay, Tyler.
I've been
Riley.
saying that too, so it is. It's Tyler Riley.
Okay, any further questions? All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes, Haley. Is that all you need, Jeff?
No, of course not. But I'm sad Zach's not here because I don't have nearly as much as I normally do. Just want to let you know that we have started providing the News Examiner with information about fire runs and law enforcement runs. We're doing that. It's doing that. I've got that set up so it does that automatically, so it sends it to Bob every Friday. And of course, since they went down to 1 day a week, he's going from Friday to Friday. So getting some information for there. So that's getting that out there.
You know, Jeff, I did notice that has been being printed in the papers recently, which has been it used to be years ago almost a daily thing.
Yep.
And I was glad to see it come back.
Yeah.
I
So.
think that's a good
And it was very simple. I mean, originally we started just printing the reports for him, and then I thought, well, there's an easier way to do that. So I got Motorola involved, and they got us a cron job to do that. So it goes directly to him in email. I don't have to do nothing. So it's very
good.
so yeah. The other thing is we started looking at protocols, emergency protocols. What will happen in the case of an emergency? What we're going to do at the dispatch center for a train derailment or something of that nature, to call our folks in so we can get people in there to do that. Same way with like snow emergencies and that kind of stuff, if needed, obviously. I'm working on that protocol as well, so they can come in. We had a tabletop activity from the local emergency planning committee a couple weeks ago, and boy, that opened my eyes somewhat. There's a lot of things that we are in need of as far as just planning and training, really, more than anything. Because we were talking with the guys from the fire up in Wayne County, up in Richmond, and that was just a total nightmare for their dispatch center, let alone for law enforcement and fire and all that stuff. So those things are in the back of my mind now as too. Last Thursday, had a meeting, my first meeting with the 911 Advisory Board. We went over and introduced some new some new protocols, drain entrapment, water rescue, train events such as derailment and train crashes, of course, and then rollover crashes. Very good meeting. We had a very good turnout. We were talking about headsets and protocols, and the mayor offered to buy us new headsets, and he's got Scott Jones working on that now. So we may get some headsets out of that deal. So that's pretty cool. Also, Scott came over the other day, Scott Jones, and wanted to know if we would be interested in having a TV set so we can watch their drone when it's flying. So that when their drone is up in the air, and if it's a pursuit or if it's a big fire or whatever it is, we can actually watch that information and pass it on to our people. So both our law enforcement and fire and EMS as well. So to be able to do that. Also, during that LAPC tabletop activity, I learned about a program called Ask Rail. And basically what that is, it's a program that you can type in a car number on a train, and it's going to tell you what's in that car or that tanker or anything. So I've reached out to this Ask Rail company to see about getting that on our PCs at the dispatch center. As far as I know, it doesn't cost anything. So we're working on that as well. AED, we now have an AED in the dispatch center. Again, at the 911 board meeting the other night, Wade gave us one, and I want to mention that Rosemary at the treasurer's office at the city, she had one, she's getting a new one, and she was going to give us the old one, but I don't need that now, so she's going to do something else with that, but I do AED. We've also got our TV set up in the dispatch center, so we're monitoring a lot of security cameras, the courthouse, the park, several different places, and obviously it scans through the different cameras that we have. So they're keeping an eye on that. And then lastly, in your packets, I included some information from a company called Ritter Strategic Services. What they do is they go in and they evaluate not just 911 centers, but he specializes in 911 centers because Barry Ritter, he was actually the state 911 board president for several years. And what they do is they go in, they evaluate, see what you need. They also help, talk to the girl from Decatur County, and they actually helped her find a new director and help get that director situated and works with protocols, and they do just a little bit of everything. So I wanted to get you that information to see if that would be something that you'd be interested in. So, that's all I got.
Okay.
I got questions for you
Yes.
after the meeting, if you're still here,
Yes.
about Flex.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'll wait till afterwards.
Okay.
If not, I'll catch up with you.
Okay. You know where I'm at.
Unfortunately.
I think that's a good idea. All that's good, especially being able to see, like I've thought about you guys over there before, and you're just in a room,
Yeah.
and to be able to look from that drone, what's
Yep.
going on, that's
Yeah,
a really good thing. To be
Yeah,
able
with
to-
that and the security cameras, I'm really pleased about that, because that way we can see those things, and
Yeah.
we've got them focused on a couple of our major intersections, so we might actually see an accident before it happened, or before we're aware of
Notified.
it anyway.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that it? Well, thanks for the report, Jeff.
Sir, thank you.
Josh Jarbo won't be here, but he has turned in a 144 request for our maintenance department. For part-time custodian, Landon Geis. And we've been short, I think he's been short 2 people for a good while.
Yeah. So
That
this,
doesn't come out of general, right?
we to approve for custodian Landon Geis, part-time.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the 144 request for the maintenance department for the hire of Landon Geis. And before I ask for a vote, I'll ask, how is this, will this get past the council or violate the council's
Hiring freeze.
hiring freeze?
That's why I was asking if it came out of
Yeah.
general fund or not. She said it doesn't.
You know,
The hiring freeze was specific to just county general employees.
okay, all right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Carried. And here for the extension office is Stephanie McCurdy. Stephanie, you have 144 requests also?
Yep, to hire an office manager part-time, Ashley Snyder, 3 days a week in the extension office.
Okay, you was at the last council meeting and discussed this, weren't you?
Yep.
And what did they tell you?
They approved it as a part-time position, 3 days a week for $14.40 an hour.
They approved it as a part-time position. Okay.
And is there some restructuring going on too within it?
The restructuring is from campus, but they're not eliminating any positions. They're just distributing the knowledge base a little differently. For example, my degree is in forestry and wildlife science. So instead of answering questions about crops, I would answer questions more related to forestry and wildlife. And then another educator from another county who might specialize in crops would answer the questions about crops. So more, not eliminating positions, but more along the lines of opening up information and channels.
That's
So
good.
I no longer have to know everything about everything.
And dig to find out. Right?
Yeah.
That's good. Make a motion to approve for your office manager part-time.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the 144 request for a part-time office manager and the extension office, the hire of,
Ashley Snyder. Ashley Snyder.
Ashley Snyder. Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Dave, did you have anything you wanted to talk about for the animal shelter?
Just about the guidelines and stuff for the volunteers, which one would be
Okay.
per one.
Wade, did you have anything today?
Nope, no, sir.
Chris Gettinger, did you want to report anything for the highway department today? You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'll get up here. We are out Berman Road right now, even. So we're making all kinds of friends when we tear up the edge of their yard. I've had many conversations, and usually after you explain to them what we're doing, we're doing okay. But, you know, lots of people mow their yards and keep things up, and that doesn't always set well with them sometimes, but water's got to get off the road. So we are doing that. Probably will be after that the rest of the week, I think. Our pavers, hopefully Jerry has it back the end of the week. We'll get back to some paving, depending on the weather here next week.
You know, if we keep those snow plows far enough over, we could burn and plow snow at the same time.
We do a fair amount of that. Last winter we did,
Yeah.
but that's not necessarily the way to do it. But at least when we do it, we're hauling that dirt off. When the snowplow does it, they just put it over beside the other. So,
Yeah.
but, so anyway, there's lots of things going on like that right now, trying to get some stuff while the weather's good. We do not have our hot box in. They brought us a hot box to use until the new one is done. We used it just a little yesterday, but that'll probably be it till we get done voting here. So we do have it to patch some holes and stuff with. And I don't know, the new one might be a month or so yet before it's done, but we have one to use until ours is done.
How do you like that new piece of equipment?
Well, I can't say, I haven't shoveled anything out of it, but the guys seem to like it, so. That's the one we demoed, so they knew about it, so it's, the one they brought us to use, I'm pretty sure is the one that we demoed, so we had used it. And it has a cylinder mechanism under there to tilt the box up as it gets empty, so they don't have to reach in so far to shovel it, and that makes them pretty happy, so. A lot less work there, so. Yeah, it's gonna be a good deal. So,
Good.
good deal.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Bill Mackey, do you have anything for the surveyor's office?
Last meeting, I gave you some information on the partial out there on Bridge 32, about the possible condemnation, or do we want to make another offer? And then if that's not accepted, possibly go that route? Did you guys look at all the information I gave you last week, or a month, or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I did. I didn't bring it back in here with me today.
Yeah. I mean, I could, because I don't know, Jeff, have you ever been involved in the condemnation suit?
I have not.
I didn't know what kind of cost that would be. I mean, I've heard what I could possibly bump it up, the offer up to approximately what that might cost the county.
I can look into it and kind of give you a rough estimate if you want.
That would be good, and then that way, if you want to go that route, and then if that's not accepted, you just go back to our original and
Right.
the original appraisals, and, you know, because like I said, if we file and we get it for the appraisals, we still got that expense, you know, we owe. So, you know, I know it kind of, you know.
Well, the rule's always been that we're not allowed to give any more than the average of at least 2 appraisals. So the same rule apply here?
I would say that would be a very safe way to proceed, correct?
And if I remember right, the material you gave us a while back, that landowner seemed to value that piece of ground a lot more than anyone else did. And is that justifiable or not?
I don't think we should make an offer that would exceed what the appraised value would be.
Just
That's your question.
Go for condemnation.
Well, I don't,
Or give him a chance to sign and then it's gone there if he doesn't.
I mean, are you saying if we're gonna, what the cost of like taking it by eminent domain type thing versus the cost of the appraised value? Are we willing to do that is question number one. Are you willing to do it without them wanting to sell it?
We've had to do it before.
Understand?
I don't like doing it.
It should be, to me, it should be the last recourse, right?
Yeah.
Well, to answer that question, certainly I don't think we can offer more than what the appraised values would be, no matter what we take it, how we take it, okay? I think you're asking, can we build in the cost of litigation into it to make it a voluntary price? And I'll do some research on that, and my gut tells me no, we cannot do that.
Okay.
But then the first decision you guys have to decide is, do you want it, which of course it sounds like we do, but are we willing to take it if we don't get it voluntarily sold to us? And voluntarily sold, you are absolutely correct, is going to be, we'll go through the appraisal process and we have to follow the rules of what the the state of Indiana allows us to do, which of course are good rules, and the fact it gets rid of what you maybe perhaps has happened in the past, not here obviously, but could have happened in the past where you've got a friend you're buying it from, and you buy it for 5 times the value of what it's really worth, and it's just county money and that kind of thing. So it definitely protects constituents. It's not a way to harm the property owner.
Yeah. Bill, you tell me if I remember right, is there 3 or 4 property
Three.
owners? There's 3.
One assigned, the other one we haven't heard back yet. They're big farmers, and they had a couple of questions. They wanted some trees saved. That's along the right of way, which is no big deal. We haven't heard back, at least
How much acreage are we talking about?
like 2/10 of an acre,
Okay, so we're not talking major money.
not very much. And the fence,
And there's 3 property owners, and we've heard from one who says, hey, yeah, as long as you work with me on trees, which we'd be happy to do.
well, he hasn't signed yet, but I think that's what they was talking about. But one of them it was a small piece too. He's already actually signed and everything.
So one signed,
One's hopefully will. We
one's
haven't
hopefully
said.
will, and then a third one, we don't know whether they want to or not, we just haven't heard from them.
No, the third one is this one here.
Okay.
There's only 3. One signed, the farmers haven't yet, but they're the ones that wanted to save the trees. And then this one here, there's only 3.
And this one here, their exact response to us was,
Made a counter offer. Did you see that?
I don't know if I have.
There's the counter offer. This is what everything praised for, and that was his counter offer.
So we've had it appraised, there's what it's appraised for, there's the offer, and then here's the amount he's requested.
Yeah. And what's that, 17/100ths of an acre, it's not even 2/10.
You guys have seen this counter?
Yeah, I gave them all copies of it all last week. Or 2 weeks ago.
Now, Jeff, one owner has already accepted the offer and signed, the other has indicated that they probably will, that Bill just hasn't heard back from them. So if we somehow caved and accepted this landowner's offer, the other 2 landowners would say, now, wait a minute, you weren't that generous with us.
And I can't imagine that they should not have those things.
Well, they would probably be inclined to retract their acceptance and say, you're gonna pay us the same amount per square foot or whatever you do the other guy, you know? And that would really slow up the process out there. Now, I'm just speaking for myself, I don't know. I might think,
Hey, you can't give him what he's asking. I mean, that's just way out.
We just need to get another appraiser, and then we've done due process on it. I mean, then if we have 2 that are at that same amount or close to it, we just have what we need to have that's justifiable to do.
What would happen if we had to go through litigation? What would happen to the project?
Generally, go ahead, Barry, if you want, you probably
Yeah.
can.
I mean, if it takes 6 months to a year to get this property, what would that do?
My
to
name is
the
Terry
property?
Knox, I'm with SJCA, and I guess I have a question for you. Has Volkert, which is the
Negotiators.
negotiators, have they discussed this with the attorney, county attorney?
Not that I know of.
I haven't had any. I mean, I recommend that they connect, and then those 2 could get on the same page on what they can do. And I think that might be a good step, you know, because they're both attorneys, to you know.
So what is this Volkert? Is that a real estate law firm?
Yeah, that's a real estate firm that's the sub-consultant for appraisal and right-of-way acquisition.
Okay, so they're just, this is what they routinely do?
That's correct.
And they would handle the,
Correct. Yeah, they went out and appraised it, and then they sent them the offers. They're handling the offers.
yeah, I mean,
And
I would like to
responses.
speak to them for sure.
I think that would be appropriate.
Yeah.
To answer your question as far as schedule, the project has to remain on schedule. This is a multi-million-dollar federally funded bridge replacement project. So we can't wait. Are we letting in July,
No, October next year.
October next year? So, you know.
I can't imagine it'd go to that point, but so when
Yeah.
would
So
we need to have this in hand?
So what, 6 months prior, I would say, you probably,
So April?
yeah, April, May, right in that range. NDOT will tell, he has a quarterly meeting, you guys have a quarterly meeting, Bill does with NDOT, that'll tell him they need right-of-way acquired by a certain date.
I mean, I.
Can we connect the dots between you and Volker?
Yeah, can I contact them prior to the next meeting? Just kind of table this, let me talk to them, let me talk
See what
to,
we can do.
see how long the process would take, what their fees are, those kind of things, so I can give you an educated guess. I can tell you getting lawyers involved on this type of case is not always smart. You know what I mean, like lawyer fees go pretty quick.
And the difficulty we've had in the past with right-of-way acquisition going to condemnation is just getting on a docket, you know, and trying to maintain a schedule.
Well, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna file it in Fayette County and it'll get scheduled fairly decently, okay?
Good.
But then the problem is, are they gonna ask for a special judge because local
Sure.
judges aren't gonna, so then who knows where it goes?
Exactly.
And then it could be.
Then the court hires their own appraiser
and it-
because, you know, they have to.
I would say 6 months would be very early.
Yeah.
I would be, but I mean, these guys, that's what they do.
Yeah.
And of course, I would be available to make it, try to expedite it.
We work with Volker all over the state, they do this, so this is.
I mean, this is what they do.
This is what they
the
do.
only thing they do.
work with civil engineering firms to, you know, to keep these
Uh-huh.
projects on schedule, so.
But what we have to do, to me, is we have to calculate what would be our costs through going through it, to litigate this issue rather than to have an offer. And then you have, and some of this, I'd like to talk of, maybe we have a special meeting, which we can, with pending litigation, we could have an executive session, because there's some strategy involved in this. Yeah, I'd definitely like to talk
That's
to him
okay
before
with
we
you, Bill?
Yeah,
Connect
sure,
those two?
You okay with, you guys okay with not making any decisions, kind of waiting around until the next meeting, and I'll have some more information? I might even get with Jane and ask for like an executive session between now and then.
I'm okay with it. We're okay with that.
I would like to give you my business card as my cell number. If you have any difficulty getting them, reaching out to you, I'll
Very good.
connect the dots, okay?
Okay, so who's Dan Mulaney then?
He is our designer. He is the project manager for the project itself.
But you'll be my point of contact?
Correct.
Okay,
I'll be
very
your
good.
point of contact, Jeff.
Okay, very good. Very good. Can I keep this? You have
Sure.
copies? Is this pretty good email form?
Yeah, I could eat, yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
What's the third sheet?
Pardon me?
What's that?
There's fencing there that needs replaced, and that's his estimate. He got what it would cost to redo it, I think see, they got the fencing value in there, and that was some estimate that he
Okay,
got.
that's this cost to cure, okay, so this is his,
Yeah, he submitted that.
this is his,
Yeah, property owners.
would we prefer for us to be the ones that do the fence? You see what I'm saying?
Can you like hire somebody?
In the past, we have resolved issues with
This is the old wood
With
fence that's
landowners.
right there. It's an old wood fence that runs along the right.
And so we
we have resolved issues with landowners.
They're
in that-
saying-
we quoted it, and then he went and got an outside quote.
Because there are some improvements on that 0.12 acres or whatever.
Yeah, that old fence.
But we would be the ones that when we quoted it, that we would essentially encompass that in, we would take care of that. Or are we paying them that amount and they're responsible to fix it? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It looks like our offer was, hey, here's cash, but you've got to take care of your own
Yeah,
price.
exactly.
Correct, yeah. Sometimes I've seen some of these things resolved with, you know, we'll improve your driveway entrance or put you in a new mailbox, or in this case could be to do a replacement of this fence with county forces when a project is done, and then, you know.
Cost to cure is a little bit easier for me to
Yes.
negotiate. than
Absolutely.
In comparison to other
Yes.
properties, does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yeah, you do. We can't get it funded under the federal funding, but you could do it locally after the project's completed, if that's what it takes to satisfy the right of way acquisition.
Well, now, I'm assuming that that amount of acreage is going to be necessary for the bridge project.
Correct, correct, yeah. And it's probably, most of the acquisitions we do on bridges is usually in the floodplain anyway. It's not land that's, you know, that's utilized, so. So it's usually not very costly.
Okay, do you guys feel like you've got a way to go here on this?
I'm good. Thank you, Commissioner.
Okay. Jeff, let us know whenever you have anything to report on it.
Right. Since I'm not able to make decisions, you know, I mean, I'm kind of there just to guide you legally. What I might try to do is I might try to set up a Zoom with this guy after I talk to him, and then set up an executive session, because we're essentially discussing sale of property, purchase of property, and/or litigation potential, which we can have an executive session. It might make sense for you guys to hear he and I talking, so that you're kind of understanding. I mean, I'll relay it all to you, but sometimes that's beneficial too. So I might try to do that and get an executive session where at least we can get a couple of us on camera and have him on the horn. That way, if there's questions I'm not asking, you can ask him. If it was just one property, that's my problem. If this was just one property, it's a lot easier to negotiate. It's the fact that there are 3 properties that makes it more difficult. And so then you get into the point of, are you wanting to be, is there punishment for being the agreeable parties?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just saying. So, okay.
Okay, is that okay with you, Bill?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. And other than that, Jeff, did you have anything you wanted to report?
I think they've heard enough of me.
Okay. Do you have any mail you need to share? Tracy, you have anything? Do you have any old business we need to pick up? Okay, under new business, we have the 2026 CCMG agreement with Butler Fairman to accept. And if we get awarded, well, the maximum award next year is going to be for no more than $1 million. So we need to have this agreement in place before they go to work on that.
Motion approved for Butler Fairman and Seifert.
We have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the agreement between Butler Fairman and the county for the 2026 Community Crossings Matching Grant Program. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. 3 ayes, have it. leaves today is patron concerns. Is there any patron concerns in the room? Okay. What leaves is claims and payroll. We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That concludes our agenda for today, unless you're forgetting something.
Second?
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
3 ayes, we're adjourned. Thank you all very much.